Huh?
Hi? What's wrong?
Crunchyroll made a trailer for an animated cartoon.
Okay, so?
You should watch it.
Yeah, okay. I'll watch it, sure.
I'm gonna go get more milk.
You're not even done with your first glass of milk. Like, not even halfway done.
I need more milk.
Well, I guess I'll go watch that cartoon trailer.
It's a very modern reflection of the world. Our characters are really diverse, our cast is really diverse, and that's one of the things that excited me the most about it.
We are 50% female in all the creative roles, and our writer's room is 100% female. I mean, this is what my whole career has been about, is trying to get those voices in there that are not being heard.
I don't think anyone has seen stories quite like the ones that we're going to tell.
If you're like me, then you've probably already heard of the Spurgfest website known as Crunchyroll. And if you're like me, you've probably had a love-hate relationship with it to the point of throwing yourself off of a rooftop. What with the amount of times that you love some members of the community in the forums, but other times you hate the entire staff and most members of the community in the forums. Crunchyroll, for all you fellow unimportant masturbators out there, is a website dedicated to shoveling out crappy Chinese cartoons for our viewing displeasure. Or at least it was, until recently. So sit back, grab a beer or some milk, and get a load of this. You see, Crunchyroll was just moseying on over one day to its friend's house, Funimation. They greeted each other, maybe a little fist bump here and there, maybe a bit of a micro-penis bump. And Funimation welcomed Crunchyroll to its humble abode, as Funimation went into the kitchen to go get snacks. While in there, Crunchyroll admired all the work Funimation did, with posters layered all over the place of the dubs that Funimation did in like the last 3 years, I guess. Or at least the ones it was most proud of. Having returned from the snack shack of soy-based products, Funimation directed Crunchyroll to his couch. There, they took their seats and turned on the TV, and on came Steven Universe. As they were watching the show and conversing slightly, Funimation took out something special. A bit of the sticky icky, laced entirely with a bunch of soy products, of course. As they were watching Steven Universe, while under the influence of a soy-laden joint, Crunchyroll took a gander away from the TV at the posters of Funimation's dubbed anime. Crunchyroll, in all its soy-induced high, said to Funimation, "Why don't I take all the money going to me and send it all to making a Western cartoon slightly based on anime, and make the team as full of SJW propaganda as The Last Jedi?" And that, my friends, is the birth of Gen Z, the Crunchyroll edition. Like, no joke. The trailer legit talks about how they have a trans as a member of the crew. If the only merit you have to brag about is being hand-drawn and having mostly females on the team, then you're not just walking on eggshells, but you're walking on rotten eggshells filled with fem juice that's from an age-old floppy vagina. Is that a game? It should be a game. And on the subject of being hand-drawn, you seem to make it seem as if that's a rarity, and then proceed to show someone using a tablet, as if that's not the norm for anime and animation in general today. Most people hand-draw on tablets. It's just not as messy as your multiple failed marriages probably are. Not to mention that when you have a team member who looks like she took a page right out of Mary Elizabeth's character in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World after putting a coat of paint that just screams faggot more so than Ramona Flowers ever did, you kind of know you're making a show that just makes me and a lot of other people just feel like going ahead and maybe I should also mention that it's pretty telling of what the story is and its themes are going to be when you have someone like this working on the show. Now, I'm just assuming here, of course. I mean, for all we know, this person might have been an attack helicopter before transitioning into a grade A bitch, but the story might also be good. But I doubt it. I've never been one to be good at finding SJW written stories that turn out to be anything more than a dumpster fire that a bunch of faggots start dumping gasoline over, thinking it's gonna be all better once they start adding more to the fire. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry that your show is gonna bomb. Probably. Fuck Crunchyroll.